Today, I want to show you how to make your own healthy baby food and toddler smoothies and fresh peanut butter and hummus and soup and coffee and margaritas, all from one freaking machine. Every parent needs to see this. All this and more coming up.
This is the Paternal Partner.
So do you ever find a product that you just love so much that you just want to tell everybody? I think I literally fell in love with a blender. I don't cook, and it's not like I got a thing for kitchen appliances. But this blender, it got me thinking. So it's called a Vitamix. And later on today, I'm gonna unbox a fancy new model of this. This company has been around for like 100 years. Vitamix even created the first infomercial in the US, and it's gold.
I'm going to give you a demonstration of one of the most wonderful machines that was ever invented, the Vitamix machine. Without health, you're a miserable failure. You must change the diet of your family. You know, there's almost 1/2 the American women who can't nurse their baby. They have to ask a doctor if they can nurse their baby. So the doctor says, give it orange juice, cod liver oil, purees of vegetables, and she does. Then when the doctor isn't looking, she gives that child one of the most demineralized, devitalized foods you can possibly give him, mashed potatoes. You come to my house, mashed potatoes. I go to your house, mashed potatoes. We go over to the restaurant, mashed potatoes. What's wrong with mashed potatoes, you old fanatic? The God of heaven, when he made that potato, he placed 8 minerals and 5 vitamins in the skin of the potato. There's only one way to eat that potato. If you want your family to have eyes and teeth, put it in the oven and bake it, and eat the skin and all. But no, Mama said Daddy doesn't have any teeth. He can't eat the skin. And the reason they don't have any teeth is because they didn't eat the skin. So she takes a knife, and she peels off those 8 minerals and 4 vitamins as if they were poison. She boils out every mineral and every vitamin. She boils out the iodine, calcium, phosphorus, iron, silicon, sulfur, potassium, and magnesium. Oh, get a Vitamix machine, my dear people.
71 years old. And it still works perfectly good. People hang on to these things forever.
Here is the most incredible money-saving invention you've ever seen. It's the remarkable Vitamix.
I've been using my Vitamix for 30 years. I love, love, love my Vitamix.
I am in love with my Vitamix.
We love our Vitamix!
My grandma used to use her Vitamix for just about everything.
Wow. Hey, the rave is correct.
I cannot recommend this blender highly enough.
I rate the Vitamix literally like a 9.5 out of 10. It works so well, and I love it.
There are 6 Vitamixes between the 7 adults in my immediate family. This thing right here can replace 13 different kitchen appliances. Let's make some healthy baby food with it. But first, we gotta get some ingredients. Going to the grocery store, and I'm bringing my sister. We're at Walmart. This is my sister, Anna. How do we find the right one?
We need one that's soft.
That's a good one. That's the last thing we need. We're gonna blend up all of this tomorrow. I wanna tell you a couple reasons why you should make your own baby food. It's easy. It's cheaper significantly. Blending your own baby food is about 1/10 of the price of buying packaged baby food. You can make your own mix using fruits and vegetables you already got. But here's the biggest reason why you should make your own. You know what's not in it. No additives, no preservatives, no flavorings, no sugar. Look, I'm not a nutritionist and I'm definitely not a doctor. But in most cases, you're gonna need to cook the fruits and vegetables first. This can lessen foodborne bacteria. Also, raw foods may be harder to digest for your baby than cooked foods. And by about 7 to 8 months of age, your baby's digestive system is built up a little bit more. Introduce one ingredient at a time. If after about 3 days, your baby doesn't show any signs of allergies, try another. Just make sure you steam them, don't boil them, and take that water that you steamed them with and throw them in the blender right there with it. That's where a lot of the nutrients are. You can also mix in milk, breast milk preferably. So simple, you just throw them all in, blend them up. And to clean out the Vitamix, you just fill it up halfway with water, put a little bit of dish soap in there and turn it on for 60 seconds. Then rinse it out and you're done. You can put the baby food in these cool little reusable pouches. There's a link down below in the description on where you can pick some of these up yourself. You can even fill up ice cube trays and freeze them. Thaw them out the night before in the refrigerator. So Easy. You can also blend together fruits and vegetables to make a really healthy smoothie that your toddler is gonna love. It was actually a gift from my mom. The one I have here is basically the lowest priced full-size blender that they make. I'm sold for life. I just wanna point out the differences between a Vitamix and literally every other blender out there. So I wanna unbox for you a cheap blender and a new Vitamix. Look at that. Your passport to a culinary adventure. Oh my goodness. That's a much bigger pitcher. Tamper. You never want to shove it down into the pitcher without the lid on it. And I'll show you why.
Get in there, Sonny. Beat that.
So don't forget that. Oh man. Wow. You see it? This one can't blend hot liquids, and it can't blend dry liquids. And it can't blend dry ingredients. And according to the manual, it says, this appliance is not intended for blending hot liquids or foods, grinding meats, mashing boiled potatoes, kneading dough, whipping egg whites, extracting juice, or chopping large quantities of ice. That's literally everything that this does great. If you have liquid leakage, replace the jar with a proper new one. They don't sell the jars separately. The drive socket on the Vitamix is metal. This one's plastic. In fact, everything about this thing is plastic. It's only got a 1-year warranty because it's only gonna last that long. This one's rated 360 watts. This one is rated 2 horsepower. That's the same power as my lawnmower. Cheap blenders all have the same problem. You put stuff in there and it doesn't get blended up completely. There's the Vitamix. There's the cheap one. The Vitamix. There's the cheap one. Wow. It gets wrapped around the blade so tightly that it just gets choked out. You end up with a chunky smoothie, which is an oxymoron. And the same thing always happens. It burns up over something stupid like ice, and then I throw it away, and then I buy another cheap one. A Vitamix will literally last you a lifetime. And it's made in the US. And it's been owned and ran by the same family the entire time. So this is the blender that you'll find in like 80% of restaurants. Starbucks, Dairy Queen, you name it. But here's the thing. We looked at the math. If your family has 1 container of hummus, 1 small jar of nut butter, and 3 smoothies per week, the Vitamix will pay for itself in 6 months. You won't waste as much food because there's always a way to sneak stuff into it. Smoothies are a really good way to use up ingredients, and so are soups. Speaking of which, you can throw in cold, raw ingredients, blend them up for 5 to 7 minutes, and out will come finished, cooked, hot soup. From the friction alone, you're gonna make stuff way cheaper than store-bought, and it's gonna taste way better. So I think it's a pretty good investment for a young family. So I'm gonna put links down below in the description on where you can find one for yourself. Here, we tried out a couple of different recipes. So one of the easiest things you can make is peanut butter. The only ingredient you need is roasted peanuts. That's it. The entire process takes 1 minute. That's peanut butter. Do you want to make hummus with me on camera?
So what am I supposed to do? Because I have the urge to be like, wow, with everything we say.
Here, can you open this? Chickpeas, olive oil, lemon juice, garlic clove, salt. Looks so about right.
That looks so good. Wow. Wow. Hummus.
I mean, it's the one kitchen appliance that does the chewing for you. Is that weird? Okay, but here's one thing I really hate about the Vitamix. I can't stop talking about it. So there you have it. Leave me a comment down below if it helped you. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and that little bell icon so you don't miss out on any of our future content. And click on any of the videos over here to watch more. Vitamix!